No amount of progress, though, no amount of progress can camouflage the most pernicious crisis, though, in our midst. And that's the ultimate manifestation of poverty, homelessness. And that's why I'm devoting today's remark to this crisis. Let's call it what it is. It's a disgrace that the richest state in the richest nation, succeeding across so many sectors, is falling so far behind to properly house, heal, and humanely treat so many of its own people. Every day, the California dream is dimmed by the wrenching reality of families, children, and seniors living unfed on a concrete bed. The hard truth is, for too long, we've ignored this problem. We turned away when it wasn't our sister, our brother, our neighbor, or our friend. And when it was a loved one, help so often wasn't there. Look, most of us have experienced homelessness as a pang of guilt, not a call to action. Look, homelessness impacts everyone, but not equally. Some communities have been hit much harder. Urban renewal and gentrification broke up communities of color and throttled their abilities to move into the middle class. These are systemic issues rooted in poverty and racial discrimination. Black Californians comprise 8% of LA County's population, but 42% of its homelessness. A recent poll found that nearly one of every 2 Latinos in this state are afraid that they or a family member could become homeless. The state of California can no longer treat homelessness and housing insecurity as someone else's problem, buried below, other priorities that are much easier to win or better suited for sound bites. It's our responsibility, and it must be the top of our agenda. Let's talk about this. The crisis was not created overnight, and it's not going to be solved overnight or even in a year. But as a state, we must do everything we can to ensure no California is homeless. We've got to replace California's scattered shot approach with a more focused crisis level response. So in order to meet this moment with the commitment it demands, we're committed to advancing a new framework. Number one, we will reduce street homelessness quickly and humanely through emergency actions. We will be laser focused on getting the mentally ill out of tents and into treatment. We will provide stable funding to get sustainable results. And we will tackle the underproduction of affordable housing in California. And we will do all of this. With real accountability and real consequences. So let's talk about what we started with. First, we started with emergency actions to do everything we can now to make an immediate, tangible impact. After decades of neglect and inadequate responses, we're putting our entire state government on notice to respond with urgency. Last month, I issued an executive order deploying emergency housing trailers and services for homeless families and seniors. These first trailers have been deployed in Oakland and LA County. The next group of trailers, I'm pleased to announce today, are headed as we speak to Santa Clara, Riverside, Contra Costa, Sonoma counties, and the city of Stockton. That same executive order builds on our work last year to identify all excess state land. Today, we are making 286 state properties, vacant lots, fairgrounds, armories, and other state buildings to be used by local governments for free for homeless solutions. Those are available today. Lease templates are ready to go, and we're ready for partnerships. Let's move on those.